Welcome back to the YouTube channel for cruisecasinomafia.com. So this is a quick casino and coffee video. This is basically my version of doing a podcast because it's way easier. And I can reach more people, and it's easier for a lot of people to click on a video than to jump through a whole bunch of hoops. At least that's what I think. So a lot of things have happened in the last couple of weeks, and I've had some amazing conversations with people that have been around the casino industry. But you know what? You know what I love even better than that? Conversations, open conversations, where I talk to people that really have very little to do with casino gaming, and to be able to open their minds to things that they never thought about before. It's not necessarily giving somebody a solution. It's changing the way that you think. And I'm going to tell you that is so powerful. I know a lot of people want the answer, right? They want the answer. They don't want to be on the path to getting the answer. They just want you to give them the answer. Well, it's more important for your mind to change the way that you evaluate problems and solve problems than it is to simply give you the answer. So I thought I'd do a quick video today on a conversation that I just had with a group of people sitting, sharing a table for breakfast that don't even know each other. When they found out what I do and my background of being in the trading industry and trading and then the casino industry, they didn't want to let me leave, right? And the conversation starts and then it doesn't end. And it's always fascinating for people when they hear the reality, okay? And I figured that I'd give you guys a snippet of it so that you understand. Some of these things, if you're a private member of cruisecasinomafia.com, you've heard before. And maybe they made sense and maybe they didn't. For the people that are watching this video for the first time, I hope you remember this video, and I hope that it changes something in the way that you approach your financial future and the way that you look at things in life. So the bottom line is this. You're told in the United States, and probably many other countries, that if you put your money, a portion of your money, into mutual funds and Wall Street mechanisms, right, where they're going to trade it for you, you're magically, and by pure magic, because they know what they're doing and have a crystal ball, 40 years later, you're going to have enough money to be able to retire with this huge nest egg of money. Now, am I telling you that that's not true? I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is that it's in complete fallacy that that's the only way to get there. And I'm telling you that there's absolutely no guarantee. Zero. Anybody who has money in a 401k over the last 10 years, most people don't even look at what that is because they've given themselves over to these money managers, right? And they know what they're doing because that's what I've been told, is that they're the experts. Well, if they were experts, then you should not be able to take your statements from the last 10 years and see the diagram of how much it's worth go like this. Right? If they were experts, you'd have bumps in the road and you would continue to build, right? Now you say to me, well, my dad or my grandfather or my uncle put money into mutual funds and they retired and had a lot of money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, if you rely on the fallacy that either money managers have some skill set that you don't, or option number 2, you're going to learn how to trade yourself, whether it's stock, options, crypto, whatever. And that it's easy because someone's going to teach you this lottery ticket system where it just tells you by looking at a screen whether to buy and sell, and you're going to make millions of dollars. Guess what? Less than 1% of the people that do that actually make money. The majority of them lose money. Or the ones that are better at it make money, lose money, make money, lose money, make money, lose money. They're actually way better than the majority. So, am I here to say to you that assets like stocks and options and bonds, things are no good? That's not what I'm saying, people. I'm giving you a reality check because I'm going to give you another way of thinking. I love the stock market. I love crypto. I've made a lot of money in crypto. I've made money in the options market. So this is not a negative video. I want to open your eyes to the next thing. And the next thing is this. This country, since the Federal Reserve was created, since there's a small group of people controlling the money flow, they want you to put a certain amount of your money into the system, right? Because when you put your money into mutual funds and you trade through brokers and you invest in all of these Wall Street quote-unquote approved assets, ETFs, whatever, everything, they're getting a piece of it. They're getting a piece when you're putting your money in. They're getting a piece when you're trading. They're getting a piece when you're taking your money out. And all of these things are creating taxable events. The government wants your money in all of those assets because it's trackable, because it's easy to make money off of you. And on the private sector, all the companies and the people and the individuals behind all those brokerages and all those financial instruments are making a piece. Okay? And that's okay. We're not talking about corruption. We're talking about the machine. I'm not saying good, bad. I'm telling you the machine wants your money there. That's what you need to be getting out of this. So, let's move to the next step. You've been told from the day that you ask questions that that's what you need to be doing. You need to be putting your money in with the people that know what they're doing. And you're going to be rewarded 40 years later, 50 years later. Anything that keeps your money from going into that circle doesn't benefit them. Quotations, them, right? All right. That's the reason why that the entire starting a business, being entrepreneurial, the shift away from teaching young people the benefits of starting a business, of having individual thought and innovation, started to shift years ago. And everything shifted to the point in this country that we tell our children that unless they're in the top class and have not a 4.0 GPA, but you need to be in AP classes. You need to have close to a 5.0 GPA. Because if you're not at the top of the class, you can't succeed. You can't succeed. You can't go to college, or you have a harder time going to college. And even if you get into college, if you're not at the top of the top of the top, you're going to be looked at differently than all the other people. Again, complete fallacy. Why? Because higher education in this country is a business. It's not like Costa Rica or other countries where they want their citizens to be educated. They want you to fall into a situation where you can't think for yourself. You're not allowed to make money and be proud of the fact that you have an independent thought, that you create your own mechanism for making money. They want your money in the bank and in Wall Street. They want you to feel that there's a path, a single path to success. And that path is you either fight to get to the top while you're in school, whether we're all equal or not in terms of the way that we learn, that you're belittled into feeling that if you don't have a 4.6 GPA, then your self-worth is less than that person's, because your future is dim. And this is absolute BS. That's the reason why the suicide rate for people that are 25 and younger has skyrocketed in North America. That's the reason why we have high schoolers that are hanging themselves. That's the reason why, to get away from the stress and the depression, people become addicted to meth and other poisons. That's the reason. That's the reason people snap. And that 15-year-old children kill a dozen people in a high school. That's the reason. Or one of the reasons. How does this all relate to us? How does this relate to me and you? I'm going to pull it all back now. That's the global picture. I'm going to pull it back to me and you. The moral of the story is this. You can either continue that cycle for yourself, your children, your grandchildren, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, or you can start thinking independently. Okay, you can start thinking independently. And the way that you do that, is very simple. Get out of the system. Start to learn how to do this, and don't take what they're telling you as the word of God. Okay? That's number one. So now, what does it mean for us in terms of the things that we focus on here at CruzCasinoMafia.com? What does this mean for me and you? This is what it means. It means that when they tell you, and everything points to this psychological problem, that there's a difference between making a percentage return on your money in the bank or in Wall Street or trading or in a mutual fund is different than making money outside of the circle. If you give me $100 and I give you $110 back, It's the same $10 profit that you made, whether you put it in a stock or a mutual fund, or you learn how to trade yourself using technical analysis. It's the same $10, right? The money is no different. Now, there's a caveat to that. When I make $10 or you make $10 playing craps or baccarat or roulette, we take that chip, we go to the cage, and they give us $10 and we walk away. When you do it in the stock market, you're creating a paper trail, tracking for every penny that goes in and goes out. Okay? Number one. Number two, difference. I don't pay a brokerage fee to the casino when I take the chip and I cash it in and get my $10. I don't pay a fee in, a fee out, a fee to move back to my bank, a fee to move it to PayPal, blah, 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 blah. I'm out of the cycle. I'm out of the cycle. Okay? Now, the biggest thing of all, because I'm not against paying fees. That's not what this is about. It's a good thing not to pay fees, but I'm not against it. The biggest difference is this. Here's what they don't tell you. When you're in our world, as a poker player, craps player, baccarat player, blackjack player, roulette player, whatever, when I step over to the roulette table, or whatever I'm playing, I know the math. I know exactly what the house edge is, exactly, for every bet that's on that table. The red, the black, the even, the odd, the single number, the splits, the columns, the whatever, the dozens, everything. When it rains outside, it doesn't change my math. When the Federal Reserve has a meeting and the interest rate changes for the country, it doesn't change my math. When a CEO gets on Twitter and says something stupid, it doesn't change my math. When an economic report comes out from the government or directly from corporate profits, an earnings report comes out, it doesn't change my math at the roulette table. Can you say the same thing for your mutual fund, your stock, your option, even crypto? No, you can't say that. I have to beat exactly what I have to beat to make money, to make my $10. When you try to make your $10 by trading a stock, an option, and a future or crypto, you're competing with other people that are trading the same asset. You're competing with all these unforeseen things happening. So I'm going to ask you, do you want to know your enemy? Do you want to know what you're facing? Do you think that you're in a better situation knowing exactly what you're up against? Or do you think you're in a better situation when you put your money over there and there are all these variables that you don't have any clue what they're going to be in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a year, 2 years, 20 years, whatever it is? You have no idea. Now, you're told, just like I was told, that if you have these fancy technical analysis indicators on your screen and you visualize them going up and down, you can magically predict where the stock is going, where the crypto's going, where the option's going. They help. They do. I did it for years. They help. Technical analysis. But technical analysis cannot assist you with earning reports, global disasters, all kinds of craziness. I traded in the futures market. I traded coffee, orange juice, soybeans. Did I have any ability to predict massive flooding that destroyed crops and changed the price of a coffee bean? That's an act of God, people. How many acts of God do you see when you're playing roulette or baccarat or craps? I haven't seen too many acts of God there. I've just seen math. The moral of the story is, I'm not telling you not to have money in the stock market or those things. The reason for this video is to point out, don't be a victim of what they want you to perceive. That's the moral of the story. Don't be a victim. Get behind the curtain. The wizard in The Wizard of Oz appeared as a huge wizard, powerful wizard. And when they pulled the curtain open, it just wasn't true, right? That's the problem in this country and other countries too. That's the problem. Stop taking the easy road and just doing what they're telling you to do. It doesn't matter whether you're a Mensa genius. It doesn't matter whether you have a 4-year degree, 8-year degree, or it says doctor or attorney or esquire after your name. It doesn't matter whether you had a perfect score on the SAT. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you can think out of the box for yourself and you start to understand that money is just a thing, it's a thing that we manipulate to make more money. And if you have the concept and the strategy and the ability to follow a plan in anything you do, and to understand the money management behind it, you can compound that money in business, in casino investing. You can do it in the other side, in Wall Street. I just want you to stop falling into the trap that they've set for you. The casino is an entertainment source for most people. Wall Street has marble pillars and looks like the greatest thing ever made. They both have a gambling element. They both have an element of risk, right? They're exactly the same from that perspective. That's all you need to do is create what works for you, and you can duplicate over and over and over again. And you have what you need to succeed in business, in the casino, and even in Wall Street. It's just a lot more variables over there, right? A lot more variables, that's all. Create a process. Be able to duplicate the process over and over again. The money that you're making for that process, you need a separate game plan as to how do you grow that money. A plan, a bankroll builder plan. A plan. If I have $100, this is what my plan is to make $10, whatever it is. And when I build that to be $500 or whatever, what am I doing in my plan now? How much money am I putting out and how much am I looking to get back? And when I grow that to $1,000 or $1,500, what's my plan telling me to do next? If you don't have a plan, if you don't understand the math, then maybe you should give your money to somebody else that manages it for you. Maybe that's the only way that it works for you, is to close your eyes and put it in a mutual fund and hope and pray. I don't believe in the hope and pray philosophy. I don't believe in it. I believe in my ability to learn and test and practice and evaluate, no matter how long it takes. And that's the way that you got to be if you want to pull yourself out of that circle, if you want to make a change. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to the nonsense that they're telling you. With that, I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you spread the word and give this video to other people. That's it. We'll see you at cruisecasinomafia.com. I'll see you on the next video.